Are you ready for a career in real estate? Hi, my name is John Johnson, and I want to introduce you to John McConnell. John began his career in the real estate development business, working all over the United States, but found his home right here in Austin, Texas, where as an agent he sold over 250 homes in 12 months, earning close to $700,000. Then, as a broker, he owned and operated one of the most successful Century 21 franchises in the country, and one of the top real estate schools in Texas. He has educated, trained, and mentored thousands in sales and marketing and helped them achieve success in their real estate careers. Moreover, John pioneered online real estate education by developing the very first online course ever approved by the state of Texas for new agents. Today, John owns and operates the largest real estate placement company in Texas and is currently hiring for his office and his broker affiliate offices across the state. The information John is about to share with you will allow you to start working the day you enroll for your courses, and he will show you a way to get all of your courses completed in less than 48 hours. John will also point out the industry pitfalls, which will save you an incredible amount of time, money, and frustration. So, if you've ever wanted to be your own boss, set your own hours, and learn how to retire early with a lifetime income, then you need to get started in real estate now. This is John Johnson again, and I'm here today with John McConnell. John, with recent slowdowns in the economy, I have to know, why are you in such a hiring frenzy today?
John, I've been in the business for more than 30 years, and I've seen this all before. An economic upswing is just around the corner. We're staffing our offices to prepare for what we believe will be the biggest real estate boom in history. It doesn't matter to us if you're licensed or not. I'm hiring for my company and recruiting agents for my broker affiliates across the state. I'm looking for people who want to be in marketing, public relations, telemarketing, you name it. And if you're in the business already, or you want to get into the business, then we want to talk to you.
So, John, are you hiring people who don't have a license also?
That's right, John. The only thing I require is that you be licensed or in the process of taking your courses. So if you don't have a license yet, don't worry, because I'll show you how to get your educational requirements completed in under 48 hours and start earning from 3 revenue sources immediately.
Now, John, don't most people have to take 2 to 3 months worth of classes to get their license before they start working?
Well, John, that's one of the biggest, most over-exaggerated myths in the business. What most real estate schools want you to believe, and it's simply not true. We're doing things that other people have never even thought of. If you're licensed or unlicensed and you're ready to enroll today, I'll put you to work tomorrow. I got agents making money while they're studying for their license. I have one who earned $150,000 before they ever showed a house.
Well, you're right. I've never heard of anyone else doing that. Okay, well, let's talk about education for a minute. You just mentioned something about getting courses out of the way in under 48 hours. If I'm a new agent, how am I going to learn everything I need to know about real estate in under 48 hours?
Well, John, to sell residential real estate, all you got to be able to do is drive from point A to point B without getting lost. The truth is, I have agents who complete all the required course materials in 2 days and pass the state exam on their first try. Your real estate education starts after you get your license, and everything you need to know you'll learn on the job. Our goal is to help future agents get in and out of school as fast as possible so they can start making money, because 95% of what you learn to pass your state exam, you'll never use in real life if you live to be 200 years old. Now, I've been in the business for 30 years, and I still haven't had to compute the cubic feet of concrete in a driveway, and I've never had anyone ask me how many brokers sit on the Texas Real Estate Commission. Now, I'll say it again. You aren't going to start learning until you get into the industry. Real estate license is just a permit to begin.
Well, that's some good stuff. So, I'm a newcomer, and I want to get into the business and start working with you. Can you tell me, in 10 minutes or less, how you can help me get started in the real estate business?
Well, John, I'm going to tell you a lot more than that. Here's what I'm going to do. I'll quickly cover your education options. I'll tell you about how you can finish your course in under 48 hours. Then I'm going to show you how you get brokers who will pay for them. I'll discuss 2 income sources that are unique to our company. And if that's not enough, I'll show you where you can find additional scholarship cash.
So, John, let's say I'm a newcomer and you've showed me how to get my courses out of the way over the weekend. Tell me why I should come to work with you now.
Well, John, whether you're going to work for me or not, you still need to get your real estate license. You need to get it yesterday, okay? Everybody's had a real estate license. I mean, every time you move, somebody's going to be making money. When you rent a place, somebody's making money. When you sell your home, somebody's making money. When you buy a home, somebody's making money. That somebody might as well be you. And besides, now is probably the best time in the history of the United States to get into real estate.
Why do you say that?
Well, a lot of people left the business when the economy slowed down, and what that means for future licensees is opportunity. There's a huge hole in the real estate business now that's going to be filled up by the next generation of agents. We have more homes for sale than ever before. The government stimulus money is still good for first-time home buyers. And when you couple that with the lowest price houses since the Depression and absolute lowest interest rates we've ever had in the history of the United States, then you got a recipe for the biggest real estate boom ever.
Okay, let's say I'm a newcomer and I've always wanted to get in the real estate business, but what if I'm not good in sales?
Well, you don't have to be a salesperson to help someone find something they know they already need. You just got to care for them and treat them well. Treat them like you would your daughter, your sister, your mom, and work hard. In fact, the top 3 professions that make the most successful transition to real estate are nurses, teachers, and wait people. But it's also perfect for stay-at-home moms. And apartment located is a great opportunity for students. Another beautiful thing is you can do it full-time, part-time, spare time. And once you learn the real estate business, John, you got a guaranteed job for life. Now, if you're in the business for 5 years, you're going to out-earn somebody with a bachelor's degree. 7.5 years, you'll beat out those with masters. And in 10 years, you'll earn more money than most PhDs do, regardless of what field they're in. And you don't have a student loan to pay back. And guess what? The number 1 job for high school graduates in the entire United States is, you guessed it, real estate.
Okay, so you got me excited about getting into the real estate business. How many courses will I have to take to get my real estate license?
Well, with no college, you're going to have to take 7 courses of 30 hours each, which comes out to be a total of 210 actual hours, plus 2 more 30-hour courses within your first 12 months of getting your license, for a total of 9 courses equaling 270 hours. Now, if you got enough college credits, then you only have to take 5 courses for your license and 2 more during the year for a total of 7 courses equaling 210 hours.
So, John, I'm really looking forward to coming to work for you. But are you telling me that I'm going to have to sit in a classroom for 210 to 270 hours?
Oh, 210 to 270 is minimum, John. If you decide to go to the classroom route, it's actually going to be a lot worse than that. If you're going to take your course in a classroom, you got 210 to 270 hours in the classroom, and that's before you factor in getting ready, driving, parking, lunch, homework, etc. I mean, they could easily run 210, it could easily turn into 300 hours. And if you're making $10 an hour trying to work at the same time, you just gave up $3,000 in lost wages before you ever pay for your school.
You know, I've always heard that a classroom is the best way to learn because, you have licensed brokers teaching you.
Well, actually, that's not true either, John. Over 50% of all classroom instructors have never had a real estate license. And the licensed brokers aren't there to teach you. They're there for one reason, that's to recruit you. A classroom is just not practical or a smart thing to do in the 21st century.
Okay, so you've convinced me to get into real estate, but I don't have an extra 300 hours to go to class. What are my other options?
Well, you could take what they call the traditional correspondence route. Here's how it works. You order your books, you pay for shipping, and then you wait for them to arrive. When your books arrive, you read them from cover to cover, you highlight what's important, you make notes, you take notes, just like you would in a college course. Now, I can tell you about one textbook I know about that's 1,100 pages long.
Wow.
You can take the chapter quizzes online, but most correspondence schools require that you drive to a separate facility so that you can be proctored, so they can make sure that you are you and not somebody else. Okay, so you better hope that you pass, because if you don't, then you got to start the process all over again. And just like a classroom, you got to factor in driving, gas, time, so forth and so
on. That's 2 down. What else do you have?
Well, the third method is online. And I think I can tell you pretty much about an online course because I developed the very first one ever approved by the state for new agents. They served their purpose in their day, but we've developed much better technology since then. The only positive thing I can say about online is you can take the entire course in your birthday suit and nobody ever know the difference. However, online is timed just like classroom. So instead of 210 hours in front of an instructor, you've got to spend a minimum of 210 hours in front of your computer. They got pop-ups, got built-in security questions, and they have forced tutorial every time that you miss a question. Here's how it works. You're taking a quiz, you got 4 multiple choice answers, okay? Let's say you miss one. You've got to listen to a 12.5-minute tutorial in some cases that explains why you missed it. There's no way around it, okay? You got to listen to all of it.
Well, that sounds like a lot like a defensive driving course I took a few years ago.
Well, it's actually much worse than that, John. 3 of my experienced agents took a 15-hour online course one time against my advice. The first agent took 30 hours to complete, the second one 35, and the third one took 40 hours. Now, these are intelligent adults, and you got nobody helping you. Your sanity is at risk. Now, the only people I'd recommend online courses to now are masochists who hadn't whipped themselves enough that week. But the very worst part with many formats is that you only got one shot to make 70% or above on the final course, on the course final. If you don't, then you got to take the whole course again, and it's a nightmare.
So, John, what's the upside to online?
Well, online courses are generally cheaper, John, but they're a perfect example of you get what you pay for. I mean, they're cumbersome, they're complex, they're complicated, so that even if they were totally free, I think they'd still be a ripoff. Remember, 210 is just the beginning. If you insist on taking online, then you need to be prepared to spend as much as 300 hours instead of 210.
Or maybe even more.
Oh, yeah, maybe more, depending on whether you fail a test or not.
Okay, so now I know what not to do. What do you recommend if I want to start working with you today?
All right, e-correspondence, John. The only thing that makes any sense if you want to get in the real estate business now is e-correspondence. What e-correspondence does, it takes all the positives of the other three methods and none of the negatives. Okay, there are only a few schools that offer e-correspondence, just a handful, and the one that I'm recommending 100% is Texas Real Estate University, okay? Instead of having a book mailed to you, you just download a PDF. You don't have to wait. You can start immediately. There's no shipping cost. The entire course can be taken on the computer in the privacy of your home or office 24/7. The courses are state approved, but they're also knowledge-based versus time-based, all right? Which means if you can complete a 30-hour equivalent course in 2 hours or less, you're not going to be penalized. All you have to do is make a 70% or above on the final, regardless of how many times you have to take the final. Once you make a 70, you print out your own certificate. 24-hour tech support and staff on hand 5 days a week to answer your questions. They probably have the highest pass rate of any school also. Now, they got experienced tutors on call. You get all the answers to the quizzes. You even have a final course exam with questions answered. You got no travel involved. You do everything at your home or office. You don't have to go to have your test proctored, your final test proctored. They provide a prep exam for both the national and state section. And they're probably the fastest school available, period, the end.
So, if I wanted to start working with you today, then it sounds like Texas Real Estate University and e-correspondence is really a no-brainer. But I'm curious, what's the fastest anybody's ever finished their courses?
Well, 51% of the students who take the course finish the equivalent of 210 hours in 48 hours or less. Now, the record holder completed all 7 courses in under 10 hours and only missed 3 questions on her state exam. Now, here's an example right here, a printout from the school's server. It shows 210 hours were completed in 33 hours and 150 hours, the next one here, in only 21 hours. Now, you can take it from Rick Colt and James Rogers, see what they have to say.
So, John, tell me again why you like Texas Real Estate University so much. Can't other schools do the same thing?
Well, you did your research, John. Don't you think if any other school could do it, could get you in and get it out in as little as 12 hours, they'd be advertising all over the internet?
Absolutely, they would.
Well, how many did you see?
0.
Well, speed is the first reason, John, that I recommend Texas Real Estate University over any other school. The second reason is now Texas Real Estate University is teamed up with my broker affiliates, and together they're offering my recruits an array of services that cannot be found with any other recruiter, broker, or school, period.
Okay, but how does Texas Real Estate University stack up against the other well-known schools?
Well, let me show you. I'll show you a comparison here. These are 2 of the biggest and oldest schools in the state. The first one is Austin Institute of Real Estate. They're here in my hometown. They're one of our best local options. They've been around a long time. They're good people. They're very professional, and they got the biggest local school, and they offer all methods. The largest school in the state, by far, is Champion School of Real Estate. They have 4 campuses. They're located in Austin, Houston, DFW, and San Antonio. They also offer 4 methods. Now, they've been around a long time also, and they're good people too. But it doesn't matter how big they are or how long they've been around. The only thing that matters is if you're ready to start working with me, is who can get in and get you out the fastest, and who also has the best value for the money.
Well, based on the pricing that I'm looking at right here, it looks like Texas Real Estate University is a little more expensive. How do they justify that?
Well, let's do this. Let's just do a step-by-step comparison, and I think you'll see, okay? Let's take the first one here. 210 plus hours is the minimum you're going to spend in the classroom, and that's not including paying for babysitter, lunch, gas, wear and tear in your car, and all that kind of stuff, okay? Plus the time you miss from work. Now, at Texas Real Estate University, you can do all that from your home office, and you can do it in as little as 12 hours.
Okay, well, what about this marketing class? It looks like they kind of both threw in there.
John, that's just a chance to sell you more books and DVDs. Remember, we're not in the selling you books and DVD business. We're in the getting you making money business.
Well, it looks like everybody has a prep course and a 24-hour tech support.
Yeah, but that's about where the similarities end, okay? Let me just show you what happens when motivated brokers team up with what I consider to be the state's most innovative real estate school. Texas Real Estate University provides you with advisors who are licensed agents to answer your real-world questions, which beats the heck out of unlicensed instructors that teach classes. The students also get a broker interview question so they can be prepared when they choose a broker. That way they can compare apples to apples and they don't forget anything. Now, we offer placement assistance. Here's how it works. If we don't have a local affiliate nearby, or if we're just not a good fit for you, whatever, then we're going to help you get a job with somebody else and we'll still be friends. Now, one way we do this is by helping you analyze offers from other brokers. We want you to be happy and successful. That way, when we do get an office near you, we're going to come back and try like heck to recruit you. That's not all. The next thing we've got is learn while you learn. Okay? Now, this is where our affiliated brokers pitch in and train our students in the real world. You don't have to wait till you're an agent. You train for the real world while you're still studying for the state exam. That way, when you pass your state exam and get your license, you're not coming out of the blocks. You're already rounding the second curve. You're way ahead of everybody else. And many of our affiliate brokers offer this training for our recruits, and we'll give you a list of those affiliated brokers, okay? Okay, now the next one we got is called Earn While You Learn, okay? To me, this is just really huge. It's the way for you to earn money before you ever get your license, okay? Here's what you do. You refer friends, family, whatever, to Texas Real Estate University for them to enroll in the courses, and you get a commission. Now, for the past 2 years, one of our agents has earned over $70,000 a year just referring students to the school. That's all they've done. Now, the second way you can make money is you can refer licensed agents to our broker affiliates, and they'll pay you a commission.
What does that mean?
Well, John, what that means is when you get somebody to come on board one of our affiliates, you get up to 10% of their production for life. And I can introduce you to a guy from San Antonio who just last year made $100,000 just by recruiting, and that's just one of many.
Well, that sounds like a good incentive to pass your test. What else do you have up your sleeve?
Well, remember a few minutes ago I told you the reason I teamed up with Texas Real Estate University?
Yeah.
First reason was speed. Yeah. Second reason was all the additional service and products that we just went over with you. The third reason is that Texas Real Estate University offers now 100% money-back guarantee. You pay your tuition, take a course. If for any reason or no reason you want your money back, you just tell them they'll refund all your money, no questions asked. Now, also, students who go to work with us once they get their license, they get all their tuition reimbursed back to them.
All their tuition back? John, that is huge.
Well, it's just another reason why I've teamed up with Texas Real Estate University, John.
All right, John, we're just a minute away from wrapping this up, and I'm excited. 48-hour real estate school and scholarship money makes it easy to get into real estate, in my opinion.
I agree with you 100%. There have always been three reasons why people don't enter the exciting, profitable world of real estate. Okay, first is misinformation. Second, they didn't have the time. And third is money. Now, we've eliminated the first two reasons. Here's how it works. Through contributions from our broker network, we've put together a scholarship fund to assist those people who need a little help. Scholarships range from $200 to $700. All you got to do is fill out a quick 1-minute application, and you usually hear back from us within 12 to 24 hours. Don't worry about how much you do or don't qualify for, though, because if you want to get in the real estate business, we've got a plan that'll work for you. Follow these simple steps, John. You can just jumpstart your real estate career.
Well, John, I want to thank you. You really have covered it all. If you're ready to jumpstart your real estate career, call this number and ask for the Scholarship Approval Team. If you're ready to jumpstart your real estate career, call this number and ask for the Scholarship Approval Team. Are you still there? Be sure to call this number as soon as possible and ask for the Scholarship Approval Team.